कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे। तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे। पतिता पावनारे हेतु तव अवतारा। पतिता पावनारे हेतु तव अवतारा। मोसामा पतिता प्रभु ना पाई बेहारा। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी। प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी। कृपावलोकन करो আমি বড় দুঃখী। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। दया करो सीतापति अद्वैता गोसाई। दया करो सीतापति अद्वैता गोसाई। तव कृपा बोले पा चैतन्य निताय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। स्वरूप सनातन रूपा रघुनाथा। स्वरूप सनातन रूपा रघुनाथा। वटयुगा श्रीजीवा प्रभु लोकनाथा। वटयुगा श्रीजीवा प्रभु लोकनाथा। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास। दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास। रामचंद्र संगमगे नरोत्तम दास। रामचंद्र संगमगे नरोत्तम दास। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. ओमज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं देवतारिणम्। परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनन्तकोटिवैष्णवं जय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्। सर्वभगवत्स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर जॉइनिंग for this Chaitanya Charitamrita sessions. And we pray at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, starting from our beloved spiritual master, Sanjay Patak Swami Guru Maharaj, and Sri Prabhupada, Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur Goswami Prabhupada, Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, and six Goswamis and Panchatattva, so that they shower their causeless mercy so that we can understand. It's a ocean of science. It's so deep, it's so vast, it's a very difficult subject because this is the PhD subject matter. Bhagavad Gita ends with Sarvadharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Saranam Bhajya Am Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshishyamaja. Lord Krishna is ending with that, and Srimad Bhagavatam begins from that foundation, rejecting all the Dharmartha Kama Moksha, picking up the Pancham Purushartha Prema Pramartha Mahan as verse number 2 of Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 1. Bhagavad Gita talks about five subject matters: Isvara, Jiva, Kala, Prakriti, Karma. To transform the material karma into spiritual activity, Bhagavad Gita is predominantly spoken to bring the conditioned souls to that developed attachment to Lord Krishna and attain Krishna Prema. That is the ultimate point. That is Sarvadharman Parichitya has been mentioned. Manmanabha Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskrimami Vaisatante Pratijani Priyosame. Those are the two important verses. And Srimad Bhagavatam begins from there to Dharma Projata Kaitavo Atra Paramo Nirmatsranam Setam Vedhyam Vastavam Astu Vastavam Tapatriyam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamanipute Kimba Parayaris Sadhyo Hridi Avruddhade Tatta Kridavid Tatkshanat. So rejecting Dharma Artha Kama Moksha, liberation is also rejected. Establishing the Pancham Purushartha Krishna Prema has been established in Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, in this particular Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavata talks about 10 subject matter. So, why it is PhD, we need to understand. Why we have to discuss about Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's glories and pastimes. We have to understand first, so that we understand its deep ocean, why it's so deep, and why it's so much important in this particular Kali Yuga as well, to get and understand and get the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's why we began with Bhagavad Gita, five subject matters and important instructions, Sarvadharam Parityajyan Manmanama Bhakta, and then it starts from Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the foundation, and then on top of it we built so build everything upon it, practicing the pure devotion with ultimate goal of pure devotion service. So Srimad Bhagavatam gives us the taste to release that sweetness of Krishna Prema, of worshipping the Lord, serving the Lord in various aspects. And that Srimad Bhagavatam talks about 10 subject matter, which is ultimate point, starting from Sarga, Visarga, Sthanam, Poshanam, Vodaya, Manvantara Ishanupada Nirodho Muktir Ashraya. These 10 subject matter. Atra Sargo Visargo. This is in second canto. I think chapter 10, verse number 1 to 10 subject matter. This is Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, so Srimad Bhagavatam ends with Nama Sankirtanam Yasa Sarva Papa Pranasanam Pranamo Dukkha Samam Tannamam Harim Param. This is the last verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is the above the foundation, establishing the next level, we can say degree. So now the PhD, why is it so? Now the connecting from Srimad Bhagavatam to Chaitanya Charitamrita, Paribhasa Sutra of Bhagavad Gita, if you look at 15.15, सर्वस्य चाहम हृदय सन्निविष्टो मत्त स्मृतिर ज्ञानम अपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वे अहमेव वेद्यो वेदांत कृत वेदविद एव चाहम. I am supposed to be known. The whole purpose of Bhagavad Gita is somebody is trying to develop faith and understanding who is Supreme Lord Sri Krishna is, what his teachings are, and start developing, worshipping, serving, various aspects of understanding more so with the foundational knowledge. And then comes to Srimad Bhagavatam, it describes how to now serve, engage in the actual transcendental service with that great submission and love, so much with that sweetness, which we have come with foundation. And then, so ending with essence is to the chant the holy name. So chanting the holy name has been ended with Srimad Bhagavatam. Now it begins with that Chaitanya Charitamrita begins with there the Paribhasa Sutra of Srimad Bhagavatam is establishing Krishna is Ashraya. 10th canto is the ultimate point. So that has been established Paribhasa Sutra 1, 3, 28. Ete chamsa kalapam sa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrar Vyakulam Lokam Nadayanti Yuge Yuge. Because before that 22 incarnations or 24 incarnations are listed, where first is subject is mentioned, then the predicates are mentioned. Just like Chaitanya Charitam, this explanation is given in Adilila 4th chapter. Vipra is a great learned person. Everybody knows Vipra means Brahmana. Great learned person or not, we will not know. That is later. First, we have to explain the first subject. Subject is Vipra, Brahmana. Who is that Brahmana? What is quality? That is explained later. Same way here. So, first all the incarnations are explained. Then, so about Lord Krishna is mentioned as his avatar, he is the original source of all the incarnations has been described 1, 3, 28 establishment. That is the paribhasa. Ultimate point is developing the love, coming to that ultimate topmost love for Lord Krishna is the established in Srimad Bhagavatam. With the chanting is the essence. From the beginning to end of Srimad Bhagavatam, you will see everywhere. In Bhagavad Gita also we see in the 9th chapter, Satatam Kirtayanto numbers. Now, in Manmana Bhava Bhakta, that also same point is mentioned. Think of me, worship me, become my devotee, offer obeisances. So, more or less same thing. Now, Chaitanya Charitamrita begins with is in the Bhagavatam second verse mentioned. Here, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila, there are Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spent his time, first of all, Srila Prabhupada has written, Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta, as we are from now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu past and we are discussing. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta, Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki Jaya, Prabhupada ki Jaya. Yeah, we'll touch upon only few things today, so and then we'll go elaborate further. Because Chaitanya Charitamrita, the way we have to study, first we should study the preface. So Prabhupada has written on Gaura Purnima Day, 1968, in March, he has written preface. And then we have to read the introduction, and then we should start from Adilila. If we feel too difficult, then we can start Madhya and then come back to Adilila later on. Which is fine. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he lived on this world for 48 years. We'll come to understand who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and how come he is Lord Krishna. If it is so, why nobody knows. That is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam itself. There are 3 or 4 verses. Which Chaitanya Charitamrita also. Why Chaitanya Charitamrita? That also we have to understand how it is. the same as Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavat Sammat Shastra. The Bhagavatam is repeatedly quoted again and again throughout Chaitanya Charitamrita. First, look at Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. 48 years. 48 years. 24 years before sannyas, 24 years after sannyas. This is what it is. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas on the Sankranti day, Makara Sankranti day. Very, very important day. Many pastimes are there on Sankranti. That is also one of the pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Before that, he went to Gaya and then took initiation from Isarpuri. After that, so after some time, very close, maybe 2 years or few months from there. After that, so Mahaprabhu took sannyas, maybe a few years. Anyway, the 48 years, the 24 years before sannyas, after 24 years after sannyas. Within that, the Adi Lila is pretty much before. So Adi Lila is 17 chapters. Adi Lila is describing first establishing, first understanding the spiritual masters, or various spiritual masters. And then it talks about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, a supreme personality of God, establishing that. Then it talks about the Pancha Tattva. First of all, why did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appear? What was the reason? So that is where the connecting, the Paribhasa Sutra of Chaitanya Charitamrita, the connecting point, the foundation is Bhagavad Gita, from there Srimad Bhagavatam is next, and then on top of it now the Chaitanya Charitamrita is the third level PhD, because it picks it up from there. It talks about the Prema Bhakti has been discussed Srimad Bhagavatam elaborately. Now, within that Prema Bhakti, the Vipralamba Bhava, intensity of the separation, how is it so? That has been described. That's why you will not find the verse begins. Chaitanya Charitamrita begins where? At this point. Intensity of great separation of the Lord and his devotees. Devotees and the Lord, especially the gopis separation. And Lord is feeling that. Srimad Radharani is how much. So that's where it begins. What is that verse? Adilila, chapter 1, verse number 6. 4, 5, 6, all three are connected. Paribhasa Sutra is fourth verse. But that intensity of separation, if one wants to know, then that is sixth verse. Adilila, first chapter, was spiritual master title, verse number 6. So why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared? What are the four reasons? One reason is the external reason, which is connected on Srimad Bhagavatam, last verse. Connected. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu specifically came to establish, deliver every living entity with Krishna Prema by especially to propagate the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That has been shown in this particular fourth verse, which is Parivas Sutra. Anarpita Charim Chirat Karunaya Avatirna Kalu. Anarpita means never before it has been given to by anyone, period. Not even Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna has given instead Sarva Dharman, but he didn't give this freely, directly Krishna Prema. So Anarpita Charim Chirat, easily that too. Just by chanting the holy name, giving Krishna Prema is unheard of anywhere. So that's why it is Anarpita. Not even offered before. Anarpita Charim Chirat. It has been long time. Charim Chirat Karunaya, this much mercy. Karunaya Avatirna Kalo. That personality appeared. Who is that person? Samarpayatam Unnata Ujjala has come with that the color Unnata Ujjala Rasam, the highest rasa is the intense Vipralamba Bhav. With that rasa he has appeared. Unnata Ujjala Rasam Swa Bhakti has come with his Swa Bhakti, his own Bhakti, that is Krishna Prema, giving his own Prema, giving it to others. Swa Bhakti Sriyam. Hari Purata, in what color, what color? This is the mood, but then color. Because all other colors is white in Satyuga, red in Treta Yuga, green sometimes, Dwapara blackish. But then that's why Lord is also called Tri Yuga. So 11th canto, 5th chapter, all the verses are there of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance, why he appeared, and his connection to Lord Krishna. All three are connected. Lord Krishna, Lord Ramachandra, Lord Chaitanya, all three are connected. All of them are, there is a connection in this particular verse. 11.5.34. Karabhajan Muni is explaining Nava Yogendras. King Nimi is asking these Nava Yogendras. Here Karabhajan Muni is explaining in this particular instance. 11.5.32 is the verse very clearly. We will come to that soon. 32, 33, 34, 30, 3, 4 verses describing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. There it is explained how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. It is giving the evidence that uh, Kali Yuga, there is no avatar. That avatar is also confidential. Channa avatar, that particular word is used, confidence. That is nobody knows in this world. Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? No one knows. The confidential. So that's it's not real. Channa avatar. And he's called Triyugi. In Kali Yuga, he seems to be not proclaiming as actually real Yuga avatar, as Satya Dwapara, Treta, as these colors also. So that's why all these are explained in 7, 11, 5, 32, and then 33, 34. And in 30, 34, he is explaining Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Ramachandra, Lord Krishna, all together in one verse. You can't find anywhere else. All three together, beautiful verse is explained in that, beautiful pastime is explained. All three. Same lines are explained in three different ways, all connected to three different personalities. And each of them exhibited. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself showed as Krishna form, Lord Krishna, Lord Ramachandra, and his form, three forms, six armed form to Sarvama Bhattacharya, Ramanand Rai, then one more, I think, Dhyan Prabhu, three different times. And Lord Krishna himself also showed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pattern. Lord Ramachandra also showed Gauranga form to his wife, and I think one more person is there. Same Lord Krishna also showed. So all three are interconnected. Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, and Lord Chaitanya. So that verse is there. Karvajam explaining. So now is coming down to that Parivar Sutra connection from the Srimad Bhagavatam, establishing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the externalism to start with. Now it has, because you see the hierarchy of Bhagavad Gita foundation, next Bhagavatam, and then why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela is the supreme, so that we understand so why it is so, why Sri Prabhupada said so, why Acharya said so. So now the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is external. Imagine. Srimad Bhagavatam is even, this is the essence, this is the topmost. Now the Srimad Bhagavatam, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra itself is externalism. Now you can understand what is there, how much highest, what else is the highest is been given here. So you can understand. That is externalism. Then why did he appear? So actually to release even within that, even the highest rasa, which is Vipralamba Bhava, intensity of separation of devotees. So that's it. Fourth was establishing this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming down to give this Swabhakti Sriyam Hari Purata Sundara Dviti is coming in the mood and color of Srimati Radharani, golden color. Hari Purata Sundara Dviti Kadamba Sandipita Sada Hridaya Kandares Sachinandana, Sanat Sachimata and Jagannath Mishra. This is a beautiful word. This is called Paribhas Sutra. In Bhagavatam, Lord Krishna is established as Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the Paribhas Sutra. That is Ashtraya Vigraha. He is the ultimate shelter. The whole essence is to come to understand Lord Krishna in the 10th canto. For that only all other cantos are written. So Bhagavad Gita 15.1, to understand the whole Bhagavad Gita foundation is Lord Krishna only there also. But through all various knowledge, karma, jnana, yoga, Ashtanga yoga, bhakti yoga, and then finally come to that point. And then built on top of Bhagavatam gives all this. Then now Chaitanya Charitamrita to come to that highest level of bhakti, in the bhakti also, with all the emotions. Now it talks about the sixth verse, so that we understand. Paribhas Sutra is established, Hare Krishna Mahamantra has been to begin with 114. So the connection, see the connection, how it is laid out from Bhagavad Gita. And then the sixth verse is establishing now the highest truth. Bhagavatam, second verse is establishing the highest truth of what is subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now the sixth verse of first Adi Leela, chapter 1, sixth verse is establishing the highest truth and what is the subject matter going to be in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes has been established. Sri Radhaya, why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Internal reason. External reason established in the form of this verse, Anartha Charancharat, of giving Krishna Prema through Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that is the main. Now the sixth verse is establishing internal reason. In the fourth chapter of Adilila, it is much more elaborately all these reasons one by one verse explained clearly. But in this verse, explicitly given directly, all three reasons are given, internal reasons. Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? If anybody asks, this is the verse you have to tell. So sixth verse, 116. First reason, Sri Radhaya Pranaya. Mahima, Kidriso. Before verse also I should explain so that we understand. Very key verses 4, 5, 6. Keep reading it. After some time you will get to know. You will remember the verse also. But initially it will be tough. The words are a little bit more. Bhagavad Gita verses are a little easier. Bhagavatam also some of them verses, some of them complicated. Chaitanya Charita, many verses are very complicated, very difficult to remember because because it is Bengali, so more relatable. But first time it gets a little bit tricky to remember the verse. But if you keep repeating in your mind, and if you forget, go back and refer the verse, you will get it. These three verses definitely one should know. So the fifth verse is talking about how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Radha and Krishna. Krishna is one, Swarup Shakti, and then he expanded as Srimad Radharani as into two form, one form into two, and then again the two together appeared as one. So that is as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, how is it so? That is being explained in the fifth verse. Um, राधा कृष्ण प्रणय विकृति आह्लादनीय शक्तिरस्मात् एकात्मना ममपि पुरा अपि देह वेदो गतौ तौ राधा भाव स्वलितं नौमि कृष्ण स्वरूपम. So Lord Krishna initially one expanded into two. Radha Krishna Pranay Vikriti. Srimad Radharani is the Pranay Vikriti, the transformation of loving mellow. Radha Krishna Pranay Vikriti Ahladani Shakti Rasmat Api Pura Deha Vedo Gatauto. So there is no difference between the two bodies, one body only. Two bodies, one Atma. That's how it is explained, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Two bodies, Radha and Krishna, originally one, separated, but one Atma. So that is that. Now the Radha Bhava Solita, now they again two became two, now becoming one into Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Radha Bhava Solitam Naomi Krishna Swarup. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. Now, on top of the verse, the sixth verse is built where it is explained. There only transformational love is mentioned about Srimad Radharani. How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is taking that mood and appearing. Now, in the sixth verse, is explaining the three internal reasons. First reason is the first line. Sri Radhaya Pranama Mahima Kidrusova. Pranaya Mahima. I want to know, I want to release and understand how is it that how much she is releasing, what is that kind of love? What is how she is developing that much love more than so I love anybody. How come she has more love than anybody? I want to know that. See Radhaya Pranaya Mahima. Earlier was Vikriti. The transformation is that means this is Vipralam Bhav we are talking about. Mahabhav. So Ajuroda Mahabhav, exactly to speak. That is exact word used in fourth chapter of Gaura. That is only Radharani has. No other gopi. Not even Chandral, no other gopi has. Only she has. So that particular, that much highest, topmost perfection, topmost love, I want to know. That is the first reason why Lord Krishna is taking the position of a devotee, especially the Srimad Radharani's position. To taste, to enter in. Unless if you want to know, then you have to enter into that person position. Sometimes Lord Balram takes, I want to take the flute and see why. So what is that? What is in it? Everybody is captivated like that. Sometimes these pastimes are there. Same way here, Lord Krishna wants to see, take the position of Radharani and understand from this side. How is it? She is releasing so much more than me. So Sri Radhaya Pranam Mahima Kidrisova. Then second line says. Yenadbhuta Mahima. So, what is that quality of sweetness? First is the understanding that love, and next one is a little more deeper. Understanding that sweetness, what qualities, what sweetness she is relishing within that love. What is that she is attracted to? It is going increasing, it's not stopping. So, more than me, so I am releasing, but she is even releasing more. It is increasing, it is not stopping. It is going on and on and on. So day after day, Ananda Ambudvala. So that I want to know. So that Yena Buddha Madhurima. So that sweetness qualities of me. What is the those qualities? What she is attracted to? What kind of qualities? I want to know. That is the second reason. And then third reason is Saukyam cha asya anubhava. So, what is that she is tasting? Mm. Sweetness quality is second one. Now she is actually tasting. that on that particular mellows and rasa, she is tasting that anubhava, that experience of the transformation, ecstatic transformation experience of that intense separation. Vipralamava. I want to taste that. So these are the three reasons why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has actually appeared. So for this is the main purpose. Giving Krishna Prema, that is there anyway, but that is not the main reason. The main reason is to actually to teach how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaching the highest level. Above Bhagavad Gita, above Srimad Bhagavata, the highest level. That's why this is PhD. Because people generally not understanding Krishna itself is so difficult. And on top of it, understanding Krishna is more difficult. And chanting is even more difficult. Most of the people don't know what is this chanting. Every day we have to wake up and chant. And then understanding Vipralamba intensity of separation, it's even more difficult subject. So that's why at least they have to go through Bhagavad Gita Srimad Bhagavatam after a few years of learning and understand. Then this subject can be understood. That's why more so one has to hear quite a bit. Then they can relish reading. Otherwise, one time, first time reading, then it becomes so difficult. They can't understand anything. So they will put it down. So that's why one has to hear this subject first. Then one can relish it. So at least I have read a few times, 4 or 5 times. Some of the Madhyalila and Antilila many times I have read. Adilila less so because it is lots of philosophy. Madhyalila and Antilila is more and more deep, more and more tasty and sweeter and sweeter. As you read it, again it will become even more sweeter. As per Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat is more sweeter, more deeper and more sweeter in term because it is more mixed with lots of lila. Chaitanya does know lots of philosophy. Even Madhya Lila also lots of philosophy is there. But in Chaitanya Bhagavat, it's more so lots of lila in it, and then philosophy is there underlying, but a little less compared to Chaitanya Charitamrita. These are the two prominent books. So since anyway discussed, there are at least 8 or 10 books. First one, Chaitanya, the important prominent book which Prabhupada has translated, that is the book first we have to consider. That is Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has written on the order of Radha Madan Mohan, Madan Gopal, Madan Mohan, and then Govindaji. So that's why he's submitting at the end. He finished, I think, 1557, 1567. Chaitanya Charitamrita started and ending, and then he's submitting to the two deities because on their order, on their strength, they're 99 years old, who can write? So they have given me the energy, strength, and everything. So he was able to write. Uh, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, then Krishnadas Kaviraj, this is a prominent first book one should read, and then Chaitanya Bhagavat is Vrindavan Das Thakur, which is niece of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srivas Thakur's niece, Narayani. Narayani's son is Vrindavan Das. Narayani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself gave mercy, Mahaprasad, remnants, and everything. So that's how Vrindavan Das Thakur. Vyasadeva of Gaura Lila is Vrindavan Das Thakur. That is Chaitanya Bhagavat. These two books are the most prominent books, most important books before we discuss or read any other book. These two prominent books. And then we have Murari Gupta Karacha, which is Murari Gupta is Lord Hanuman, who's in the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. A very intimate, very intimate devotee. Mahaprabhu used to go to his home. Called while he is as a student also, he used to mock Murari Gupta, and there used to be conversation with him, Gadadhar Pandit, Mukunda, a few devotees, while being as a student, this conversation. Later on, so that's why they are intimate. Murari Gupta also intimate devotee. So he has written his diary, Murari Gupta Karacha. And then we have Sivananda Sen, Nityananda Prabhu's associate. Every time they travel, Sivananda Sen used to take all the devotees, Advaita Acharya, and all the associates, Chitrama. Prabhu used to maintain them, giving the houses, money, everything, prasadam. That is Sivananda Sen, his son. He has 5 sons, I think, if I remember. 3 or 5 sons, 5, I think. Or 3. One of them is Kavi Karnapur. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself gives the name. He became Kavi Karnapur. So that he has written that book is Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka. So he has written Ananda. Other books also, famous books are there. Kavi Karnapur, Gauraganda, who is in Krishna Lila, who is in Gaur Lila. What are their names? Same personalities appeared in Chaitanya. Whenever Lord appears, they come. So that also he has written many other books, but this book is Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka or Chaitanya Chandra Mahakavya. yeah, Mahakavya. That is Kavi Karnapur has written. So that is another book. And then we have then Bhaktivinoda Thakur's book is there, Chaitanya Siksha Amrita. Then we have Prabodhananda Saraswati, Chaitanya Chandramritam. So Prabodhananda Satyadhara Mahaprabhu meets in Sri Rangam three personalities. One is one of those six Goswamis, and Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, and then his brother Tirumalla Bhatta, the other brother is Prabodhananda. So they are originally from Ramani Sampradaya. So he has written Chaitanya, another beautiful book. Many prayers Prabhupada writes in his lectures, other regular Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam lectures. We repeated, we told many times. We'll discuss, as we discuss, we'll mention some of the important things what Prabodhananda says. There is another book of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu written by Prabodhananda, Chaitanya Chandramritam. Then we have few other things. Sri Krishna Vijaya by Gunaraj Khan. Some of these books are not available, at least in English. Maybe now might have come. Gunaraj Khan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself talks about it in Madhya Lila somewhere, where about he's talking about the village. Satyaraj Vasu, Ramananda Vasu and Satyaraj Khan coming down in that descendant lineage of this Gunaraj Khan, who has written Sri Krishna Vijay. So, Glories of Lord Krishna. Very beautiful book. So, that also there also you'll find. So, the then we have Swarup Damodar Goswami's diary. That that book is there. From that, so and then there is Raghunath Das Goswami, six Goswami. His diary is there. So I'm forgetting the names now. Raghunath Das Goswami's diary and this Swarup Damodar Goswami's diary. From these also there are two other books. Total almost 8 to 10 books were referring to, and also Chaitanya Mangal, I forgot to say. Chaitanya Mangal, actually, before Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Mangal was already there. Lochandas Thakur has written in the song where Jagannath, why Jagannath appeared. That is being described. Narayan Prasad, Lord Shiva got, and then Durga Devi, then she started praying, then Lord Vishnu, Lord appeared, and then he said, don't worry, I'll appear as Lord Jagannath, distribute Mahaprasad. Everybody will get, not only you, first you will get it, and then from there Mahaprasad will be distributed. So that pastime is also described in that. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's glories, very sweet pastimes are there. So that has been written as a story form. Actually, it's a song, Lochanda, but it has been written as a pastimes. We discussed many times. Recordings are also there. Adilila, Madhilila, Antilila, like that. There also you can find the sweet pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dealing with giving his mercy, playing with his puppies. So all those special pastimes are there in that particular book. Before pastimes, after marriage, and after sannyas, all those pastimes are there in the Chaitanya Mangal. Actually, those three are prominent: Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Mangal. Originally, that was the Chaitanya. Uh, yeah, Chaitanya Bhagavat, Vrindavan Das Thakur called as Chaitanya Mangal, then they said, no, it's already there, so then renamed as Chaitanya Bhagavat. So these three books are the prominent, then other books are tied to it. Means you can consider, you can read it as you read along with this. Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur used to make all his disciples, everybody has to read Chaitanya Bhagavat every day. Whoever is there, his disciple, especially staying in mud, they must read Chaitanya Bhagavat. That is daily. Himself used to read, because just like some Srimad Bhagavatam, because we are Gaudiyas, Gaudiya Vaishnava, that means we are followers Srimad Radharani, followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that we must read. That is his instructions. So we do read, but it takes time. Prabhupada has emphasized more so Bhagavad Srimad Bhagavatam. He also emphasizes them, but it's a little deeper subject. So that's why for us to come to that level, then one can start reading every day. Once we start relishing that. In this way, these books are written. So going back to the Adilila, Madhilila. So in Adilila, more so is described of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 17 chapters are there describing the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's up to sannyas, before sannyas, his birth. Especially the first chapters, first 4 chapters are describing establishing who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his external reasons, internal reasons, various spiritual masters, the position of spiritual master, why do you need a spiritual master, all that, how just compared with the fog. Fog has to be removed. Fog, who can remove? Only sun. Sun comes, immediately fog will disappear. like that spiritual master is needed. He can only remove. He is heavy. Everything is light in this world. So all these are described in Adilila itself because spiritual masters further. So second, third, Panchatattva has been described. Five personalities, which is basically Jiva Tattva, Iswara Tattva, Shakti Tattva. These three personalities. Within Iswara Tattva, you have Lord Krishna himself, his expansion, his incarnation. So incarnation, all incarnation, but main incarnation like that. So that's the Lord Chaitanya as Lord Krishna. And then you have his expansion Lord Balaram, and then his incarnation is Advaita Acharya, Mahavishnu and Sadasiva. And then many others, but he is representing that aspect. That is Ishwar Tattva, left side. From center to left is all Ishwar Tattva. Then right is Gadadhar Pandit as internal energy or Shakti Tattva. So these principles are established in the five Pancha Tattva, five different truths. Within Ishwar Tattva, you have three. One is expansion, one is incarnation. So the Pancha Tattva Atmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Surupakam Bhakta Avatar. You see that? Bhakta, Bhakta Rupa, Bhakta Avatar. So Bhakta Shakti and Bhaktakyam. So pure devotee is Narada Muni as Sivas. Here you can see. Here leftmost in the picture with the grey color. And then left to that between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srivas Thakur is Gadadhar Shakti Tattva. So that Radharani as Gadadhar Pandit. In the five truths. That is explained in the fifth chapter. So then first five chapters establishing pretty much Lord Chaitanya and his also five personalities, including four other persons, total five. So why did Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appear? What is the internal reason? Who he is? So all the details. So who is Radha? Because when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discussed, then who is Krishna? Who is Radharani? How they are combined together as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? All these has to be explained. The fourth chapter, Adi Lila, is describing all the details of Krishna, all the details of Srimad Radha, more so all the details of Srimad, because everybody knows lots of details about Krishna, but most of the devotees don't know about Srimad. So that's all explained in the fourth chapter when we discussed on Radhastami Day. Specifically, nowhere else you can find that much detail as about Srimad Radharani. That is in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila fourth chapter. All the details of Srimad Radharani's position, quality, everything. So there only we can understand more. So in the fifth chapter, Panchatattva, five different rules, all that is explained. Then Adilila further goes on to become this Panchatattva, then we have to explain. So this was especially Nityananda Balram's glories, two chapters. Then one chapter describes about Advaita Acharya Prabhu and his growth. Then it describes the trunks, branches, because these are personalities. But then from there, then there are their associates there, Advaita Acharya associates are there, Nityananda Prabhu's associates are there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, but they are all, the main trunk is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna. Then his trunks and various branches, all those almost 200 branches, 180 branches, all these are explained in the next chapter. So in this way, this all the Lila flows, lots of just establishing that in Lord Krishna as Lord Chaitanya, and then all the five of them, especially the three of them in more detail. So about them, their positions, their associates, all these are explained with philosophy, lots of philosophy, because otherwise you can't understand. Philosophy, they have to establish who they are, why they are there with Lord, especially on the left side, so close. The whole pastimes, many pastimes are there. So if you understand, then we can understand their position and our worship, our love will increase. Especially Lord Nityananda was so close, both are inseparable, Gaur Nitaya especially. So that we can only understand if you read sixth and seventh chapter of Nityananda Balram's glories, and it's the next chapter. Then Advaita Acharya Prabhu's chapter is there, eighth chapter. Then further goes on trunks, branches, all this up to 12, and then starts last five chapters. So I think 12 or 13 chapter starts until 17 chapter. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's advent, his birth. As soon as he started, he was born, he is chanting Hare Krishna. Everybody is crying. Then he was crying. Then everybody started chanting. When he was born itself, everybody is chanting like today eclipse. It's a good day, starting the classes. It's an alliance. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it's a moon. Chaitanya Chandra is appearing. So it's good. So, anyways, he started his advent is with Hare Krishna Mahamantra while he is taking birth, and after he is born, also he was crying. Then everybody started chanting. Then he stopped. So, in that way, his external reason has been already proclaimed, has been already shown, evidently shown at his birth time. That is Advent, and some pastimes are there. Advaita Acharya and his wife coming and worshipping the puja and Namkarna, all that is there. And then next is that is Chaitanya Charitamrita is called immortality of the living force. We are all immortal, but it's coming from the Supreme Lord. Is the super force, supreme force. We are the smaller. Qualitatively we are one, but quantitatively we are small. We are Anu, we are minute. Is the supreme. Isvara is Vibhu is the greatest. So Chaitanya Charita Amruta. Amruta means nectar, immortal. Charita is the characteristic, and then Chaitanya is the living force. So the characteristic of the living force, the immortality of the living force that is being described. That who is the highest is the Supreme Lord. So that's the title Chaitanya Charitamrita. Prabhupada explains in the introduction. In the preface, explains Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's how Lord Krishna's teaching equals to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As per what is the famous teaching which we discussed, Sarvadharma Parichet. So that Chaitanya that Prabhupada explained first in the preface. Always we have to read preface in any book, Bhagavad Gita also. Preface you read, then introduction you read, then you get on to chapter one. Then we understand the proper one. Preface very highly main points will be discussed. So Prabhupada is writing about the Sarvadharman Prachita. Krishna has taught Sarvadharman Prachita how to surrender, mainly focus on Krishna's teachings. All other dharmas, faith, put it on the side. You do it, but main focus is Krishna's teachings. Lord Krishna should be in the center of our life, always trying to please, trying to follow his instructions. And that is our blood. So same way here also, yes, same thing exactly. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also taught exactly surrender and we chant the holy name through and that way you can actually surrender unto me and attain me. And that's what Prabhupada is writing. Examples are there. He's telling when he was got married to Lakshmi Priya, Vishnu Priya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is instructing. If you want, you are thinking of to attain me, so best way to attain, you worship me, you surrender unto me, then you'll attain me. Like the gopis are thinking. So by submitting, by praying, then Lord Krishna performed his pastime and then he accepted them, all of them, as the wives. So, like that, here, exact surrender verse point is mentioned in the Madhya Lila, chapter 6, or so, or Adi Lila, forgetting exact, but it is there with Lakshmi Priya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is talking about the same surrender. In another, Madhya Lila is talking, this is in Adi Lila, I think. Madhya Lila is talking about, talking with Sarvama Bhattacharya's teachings. There he's talking about this surrender as well, there also. So in this way, the examples are there. Many was there in Korm. When he traveled, also he is giving this example. So surrender, basically same. Krishna's teachings is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching, basically. And Prabhupada is laying out in 5 or 6. Many paragraphs are there. Each point, 6 points or so, is laying out how he has established worship of Lord Krishna, serving Lord Krishna, Krishna Aradhana, Krishna Sevana, Vaishnava Seva, chanting of the holiness, as Krishna himself is also establishing in Bhagavad Gita. So same which the Mahaprabhu is also establishing these aspects. These are the key in preface. Sri Prabhupada is specifically talking about it. Anyway, coming back to the Adi Leela, 3 divisions, Adi, Madhya, Anta Leela. Adi Leela, so the first 10 chapters, we discussed 12 chapters, I described from spiritual master to glories of Lord Panchatattva, then Balaram, Advaita Acharya, then how Krishna Das Kairaj, how he received the orders of Guru and Krishna. So that has been described. Then begins Advent of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then the childhood pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then further, he used to be naughty boy. So playing in Ganga, all those are there described. Then further, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Paugand Leela, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's youth, Leela's last 17th chapter, that is the last. So in these 5 chapters, 5 or 6 chapters are there, last chapters. This is how Adi Leela goes on. So in Chaitanya Bhagavat also more or less goes on where the highest blessings are given to the student who are learned. So initially it starts with explaining Vyakaran, everything, grammar, all is before that Ganga. Ganga, I think, I forget, Ganga Prasad. So he used to also attend the school, but then he becomes a teacher. He retires and then he gives, now you teach. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself started teaching as Nimai Pandit. That was his position before then. And later on, Viswambar. He used to call Viswambar because Is a master of the whole universe, of course. His brother is Viswarup Maha, Viswarup. Today is Viswarup Maha, so sannyas. His brother taking sannyas as Shankararanya, sannyas name he has taken. After receiving hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from Advaita Acharya, he has taken sannyas. That is perfection. That's why always one needs association of advanced devotee. Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu and Sadasiv. By his prayers only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, he advented. And here also, in any other book, you will not find. Because that is intimate dealings. No? He used to call nicknames. You have seen in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna calling nicknames. Yes, you will use mostly O Partha, Dhananjaya, regular names. You will not find nicknames. In Srimad Bhagavatam also, you will not find nicknames. But in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, you will see. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to call Advaita Acharya, O Nada. So that is his nickname. Like that, he had nicknames with others also. So even Jagannath he used to call Jaga Gaga. So he shortcut names you'll find. So intimate dealings you'll find. So we call friends and others some nicknames, some close names, family members. This intimacy is there. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's fashion are all intimate. Dealings are all intimate with his devotee associates, with others also. So sometimes in angry mood, some different moods, but it's intimate. Rasa is very much more intimate than the other two uh, books we're discussing. So this is Adi Leela. This is how the Adi Leela goes. Then the Madhya Leela is describing the main topics of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's first is Madhavendra Puri. So after the initiation, how his transformation journey. That's what Chaitanya Bhagavat describes how he got initiated. All Chaitanya Charitamrita doesn't describe all that. Chaitanya Bhagavat describes his initiation, going to Gaya, getting initiated from Yeshwara Puri, all that. And here Chaitanya Charitamrita describes in Madhya Leela, almost 25 chapters are there. The prominent chapter, first important chapter is Madhavendra Puri's devotions, because that's where the actual real trunk. From there, the Madhurya Bhava has been described. Coming from Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya, Madhvacharya is there, but there they worship Lord Krishna only. You will not find Srimad Radharani. You can go to Madhva Math, here also it's there, and you just even if you go to Udupi and other places also, you will not find that Madhuri Bhava, because that started from Madhavendra Puri onwards. So from Madhavendra Puri, Yeswara Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu further down. So that's why as we received that verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita, that verse is there. Madhavendra Puri's highest devotion. De, he was not showing up, but is by his intimate pastimes, because Yeswara Maharaj is his disciple. That's how we know. He revealed that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed that famous verse. This is in the same chapter, I think. Madhavendra Puricha. Fourth chapter, third chapter is Madhavendra. Sakshi Gopal is there before that. But Madhavendra, this is the main pastime, first in Madhya Leela. Then pastime comes sixth chapter. I'm describing the important one because otherwise, time is 8:25. See, so time is not enough. The sixth chapter, so that you get interested, you get to know what is the details are there, so that you'll have a peek to it. The sixth one is the Ramananda Rai. The five important topics out of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, five important topics plus one, six. One is about Radha. That is the key. If you ask any devotees who are relishing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, most of them they relish the five plus one. One of them or all of them, or some of them could be. One is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Radha Leela, which is there in Madhya Leela from 10 to 15 or so. 4 5 chapters from Veda Kirtan pastimes going to the Yatra. From there is there. Vrindavan pastime is also there, but this is after that. South India Yatra is, but more prominent is this Radha Yatra pastimes. In all the books, this book is more prominent. Chaitanya Charitamrita describes elaborately. In Murari Gupta Karacha and Kavi Karnapur's book also is there. But and then I forgot to book Jagadananda Pandit. Book is also there. Prema Vaivarta, and then one more is there. So there's a like that is a drama. Jagannath Vallabh Nataka, that is there as a drama. I forgot these two books, and then Prema Vaivarta written by Jagadana. This is internal energy like Radharani. Many energies, personalities or names are there being given. Narhar Thakur and then few others in the internal energy position, Shakti Tattva position. So he's also like that. He's like Satyabhama. He's sulky and fighting with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His arguments like that. Conversation will be like that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also deals like that. So that is described in Prema Vivarta. Jagadananda Pandit and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dealings. The interesting book. Anyway, coming back, sixth chapter is very important. First is Madhavendra Puri's Madhya. Sixth chapter is conversation between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai. And this is out of five topics. Radhayatra is one, six. But out of these five, Ramananda Rai's conversation one of the topmost. And then the second one is Rupa Goswami and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then the third one is Sanatana Goswami. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, number of chapters, Siksha, out of all these five Sikshas of Ramananda, Samvad of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Rupa Siksha, Sanatana Siksha, then the Sarvabhauma Siksha, or liberation of Sarvabhauma, delivering Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, it says, it doesn't say Siksha. Classes title also nobody generally put Sarvabhauma Siksha. Mostly only Rupa Siksha, Sanatana Siksha, only you'll see. Other is Samvad, Ramana Samvad, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself didn't say like that, because he was not telling that I'm giving Siksha. Rather, he's telling, you tell me, I don't know anything. So that's it's more Samvad. But Rupa and Sanatana, actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is instructing. Here I'm instructing you. Explicitly says, so that's why those are called as Siksha. So, but Sanatana Siksha is five chapters. You will not find anywhere five chapters Chaitanya Mahaprabhu described. It's much elaborate. To Sanatana Goswami is given. Different details are given, but much very detailed, very detailed. So that is in the last Madhya Lila from 20 to 20, yeah, 19 chapters Rupa Siksha, and then 20 to 24 is Sanatan Siksha. Last chapter is the Prakash Ananda Saraswati Siksha, or more. So it is not Siksha. Again, you can say delivering Prakash and Mayavadi sannyasis, delivering Varanasi devotees becoming Vaishnavas. That is the title, and that will be the topic. In that, Prakash Ananda Saraswati is delivered along with all his thousands of associates, all became Vaishnavas, disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is the one more. Out of five, that is there. Raman Samad, Chaitanya Sloka Siksha, Dhanatan Siksha 3, this Prakash Ananda Saraswati deliverance becoming is. So that is the fourth, that is the 25th chapter, and it is there also in Adi Leela, 7th chapter, and one more chapter. Two chapters it is briefly described, but 25th chapter is more so. It describes more, little more elaborate. That is clearly title also it says deliverance of how the Vaishnavas, Varanasi devotee became Vaishnava. That is the title, last chapter of Madhya Lila, 25 chapters in Madhya Lila. And then these are five topics. One more we forgot. Seventh, eighth chapter is deliverance of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. That is also very elaborate, important topic. Lots of philosophy. So that's with these personality, different discussions are there because they are at different levels. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is at Mayavadi. So to deliver him, Mayavadi is like Brahmavadi. Lots of his PhD in philosophy. He's expert. He has, and that's why he received title Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So to deliver him, so the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu talked about lots of philosophy with from Vedanta, Vedanta Sutra, all those aspects from that line, from that perspective. But Rupa and Sanatan is described about Bhakti Tattva, Rasa Tattva, Lord Krishna's position is melos. With Rupa Goswami is more so discussed about Bhakti, Bhakti Tattva, Rasa Tattva, more deep. That's why Bhakti Rasamarasan it became. Then with Sanatana Goswami, we talked about Bhakti, more so Lord Krishna's opulences, his sweetness, um, his abode, so various pastimes, all that has been described. Ultimate love of God. So all these are described as four or five chapters. So that way it is he has written that as a Brahad Bhagavatamrita, where these glories and the opulence, the sweetness, so all these described. That is Sanatan section. In this way, five different topics. And then Ramana Samvad is the highest level because he is one of the Lalita and Vishaka. So that's he discussed the highest level. Goes on from beginning Varnashram all the way to the highest level. So in this way, you can see that in Madhya Lila, these are the main topics. In between, I said Rathayatra pastimes are there. After Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Ramana Samvad, these middle 5, 6 chapters are so Rathayatra. South India Yatra is also 4, 5 chapters are there. So first 24 years before sannyas, up to marriage, and then first 6 years of South India travel, 6 years Madhya Lila, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in Jagannath Puri, and then 6 years traveling. Those are all in Madhya Lila, you'll see. And the remaining 12 years, we spend most of the time as Gambhira intimately with Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Rai. So that conversation is there in Antilila. Some other chapters are there, but more so Antilila is last 12 years. Middle 6 years or so is Madhya mainly. Traveling also includes, so 12 years. The last 12 years are mainly Antilila. So in this way, this Adi, Madhya, Antilila is just divided. Madhya I have given synopsis, 25 chapters how it is. And then Antilila, you will see that glories of Haridas Thakur, that's the teachings, and then glories of Haridas Thakur passing away is there. Then second time meeting of Rupa Goswami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, some instructions are there. And second time meeting of Sanatana Goswami and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. And then Raghunath, the main, the Ananthalila, you'll also find Raghunath Das Goswami meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That conversation is there. Instruction, nice instruction that also. That is, I think, sixth chapter. And then further up to there are 20 chapters. Adilila 17, Madhulila is 25, Antilila is 17, Antilila is 20 chapters. 20th chapter is from beginning from 14 to 20 are very intimate because it talks about, because he's in Gambhir already. Antilila is all Gambhir, but it begins with Rupa Goswami second meeting, then Sanatana Goswami second meeting, the conversation between Jagadananda Pandit, because Jagadananda Pandit is sent and met Sanatana Goswami. That conversation is there, and Sanatana Goswami coming back to Jagannath Puri. So those are chapters are there. Haridas Thakur chapter is there, passing away chapter is there, and the Ramachandra Puri criticized that Haridas Thakur Nityananda Prabhu pastimes are there. But then later on begins actually the intimate pastimes where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becoming ecstatic emotions, Gambhira, the intensity of separation, the flute sound, transcendental emotions, jumping into the ocean. So all these are in the last almost 6 to 8 chapters are there from 12 or 14 all the way 20 are more ecstatic. All the beautiful verses and pastimes are described more intimate. So with conversation between Ramananda and Sarupdam is asking, you recite now, you describe, is there. And until Rupa Goswami section, in that also important nice verses are there. About Hare Krishna Mahamantra description, beautiful verse 99, Tunde Tandavali. Two syllables of Hari. So that is of Krishna Dvai. So explained the two verses relate to the highest pastime of intimacy. Priya Soyam Krishna Sahachari, the intimate pastime of Radha and Krishna. That verse. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was thinking while dancing in Radha Yatra, and Rupa Goswami understood that verse. The two verses there, a Kaumar Hara and Priya Soyam Krishna. These two are there in Antilila chapter 1, 99 verse, 75th verse. So it repeats twice because he heard Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discuss with Rupa Goswami, then again it is repeated when Ramananda and other Swarup Damodar, everybody else is there. Then they ask questions. Then again these verses are repeated because these are important verses. One to meditate, one to pray, one to offer. These verses, one should know, one should remember these verses. Anyway, this is how the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes are laid out from Adilila, Madhilila, Antilila, and one can get the highest blessings are there. How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered. With that, we will stop. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, nowhere. That's why these are all this is the highest subject matter in terms of its, as I mentioned already, ecstatic prema, intimate love, Pralamba Bhav. And then you can see in terms of deliverance also. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavad, you will find deliverance, but at one level. But you will find in Chaitanya Charitamrita only, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is supremely merciful because Namo Mahavadanya. That is Audaryadam, Madhuryadam. What is that? Madhuryadam is Vrindavan, Siddham Vrindavan. Then Jagannath Puri is Dwarkadam, opulence. There is Aishwaryadam. Then now the Mayapur is Audharyadam. That means most magnanimous. So Adbhuta Karunya, Adbhuta Vadanya, Adbhuta Audhatya. All three are Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So everything is there in him. All three. So that's the most merciful. He has delivered Mayavadis, he delivered Buddhists, he delivered atheists. All the examples are there. You will not find all these examples of deliverance of these many types and categories. Pretty much he delivered every category. So he didn't care who is who, what level, qualified, not qualified. He made everybody qualified. He brought them to highest level. That too, not just liberation, also bringing them to Krishna Prema. Initiated them. Buddhists also initiated them. Mayavadis initiated them. Famous personalities, not just this. So, atheists, grahastas, even sinful, Jagai Madai, you name it. So all these examples, Chaitanya Bhagavat versus quotations are there, examples, and Chaitanya Charitamrita also these examples are there. Other books also there are examples. So in any aspect you look at, everything is the highest. Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's why this is the PhD subject matter. And so to give just a glimpse, I only gave a very teeny bit. That itself is 1 hour it took. So it's so deep subject. It's the ocean. So you understand. If more you go deep into it, that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself said to Rupa Goswami. I am only giving one drop. You take this one drop and you expand this and distribute this. It's so deep. I can't give you. So, but then you just I'm giving only one drop. So, so that's why it is so deeper. So with that, we'll stop.